Welcome everyone to another edition of Play It Through, and on this edition it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, brought to us by THQ. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is based off the cartoon series of the same name. It's a series that I'm honestly not that familiar with, I just remember it kind of in passing. As we begin the game, one of the first things you'll learn is that jumping is much quicker than walking, so we're pretty much going to jump through most of the game. Jump your way all the way over to the right until you come across a bigger tomato. When you do, you want to jump on the bigger tomato's head multiple times. You can keep doing it over and over again until he runs away, and then once the tomato runs away, keep going over to the right where we can now go into the sewer. If you didn't get rid of the big tomato, you wouldn't be able to get the screen to scroll so you can go down into the sewer area. In the sewer, take the pipes along to the right side. In the next room, jump over the enemies and then just run over to the right to go through the next door. Here we can slide on this stuff, so be very careful that you don't slide too much. Watch out for the spiders and spitting tomato on this screen. You'll have some bats to deal with right after that. They're just a nuisance, so just kind of go through as quick as you can. Drop on down here and then head down. Here you have pretty much identical to the room we did just a second ago with the spitting tomato and a couple of spiders. Go over to the right, you'll be chasing this person down, but we're going to head inside of this door right here. Jump along the platforms over to the right. You can slide on some of them. You have to jump on like the right one so that when you do slide, you go to the correct directions. It's a little tricky, but not too difficult. In the next room, we now have to take out this giant pipe organ. One by one, just keep moving to the right, taking out each and every one of the big pipes. There is, of course, the spewing of stuff going everywhere, but just focus on the pipes. Once you've taken them all out, the boss battle is taken care of, and we're moving on to the next level. As we begin the next stage, out of the sewer, we're going to keep doing what we did before, doing little jumps and such to get over the enemies as well as speed things up. Go through the hole in the fence. You'll be inside like this factory area. Work your way up to the top here, just jumping along the platforms. Jump over here to the right and it'll turn you upside down, then jump back through the platforms while being upside down. Jump over here to the left upside down and go through the vent right here. Then drop through the vent again. Here, flip the switch so that the gravity changes up a bit. Here, flip the switch again so the gravity changes. Then go all the way up to the top here. Jump over the small gap. Then go down the second gap and use the item here to boost yourself over to the left. It's a little shortcut. It's the only one I'll really be taking in the game, but it's a fun one to do nonetheless. The only thing is, make sure that you go far enough to the left side that it recenters things, or else you won't be able to go into this room and escape. Basically, you get stuck, like, upside down or whatever, you can't hit the switch. It's a weird glitch, for sure. As we begin the next level, immediately head up the ladder, then over to the right side. It's going to be a lot of ladder climbing / going up to different levels here. Watch out for the big tomato and the lasers and such, and just keep working your way up to the top. head up another ladder here. You want to head over to the left side and go down. Then up the next ladder to the top. And over to the right, watching out, there's a few enemies here. It's a little bit of a maze because there's a few paths, but it's not overall that bad. Just a little dull, that's for sure. When we reach this room right here, it's time to deal with the giant tomato boss. All you gotta do is walk over to the right, hit the thing, and yep, that's it. You beat it. You beat the boss. In fact, that's actually the end of the game initially, but the game actually isn't over yet. There's another level, but after the credits. I don't know why they decided to do a fake ending thing, but we get to see the credits, and then we get to do the final actual level of the game. Here you get swallowed by a giant tomato, and inside we have to go through this big maze. Gonna head over to the left, skipping the first entrance, and then up the big thing here. Over to the right and down onto the next screen. Do your best to watch out for as many bugs as you can. Don't go up, instead go all the way over to the left and up the path. Climb on up and head over, skipping the path, and then keep going until you see another one of those poles going down. That way you can head on down to the bottom and over to the left side and up here. From here, head over to the right, climb on up, just once though, then head on over to the far left, skipping the path, and up this pole. Try to do your best to avoid some damage, but there's just a lot going on here as we head down this path. You can avoid some of the enemies. As soon as you hit going down the path, you instantly become invincible, so they can't hurt you. Head down the pole and then drop all the way down to the bottom here, and then climb up the pole to the right. From there, climb down the next pole and up the path. From here, we're going to head up this pole. We're almost to the end. When we make it to the last room, all we gotta do is grab a hold of something and it'll just break off, and that'll be the end of the level and game. Head inside here, climb up the pole, jump to the purple object, break it, and you can sit back and enjoy the ending to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And there it is, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for the NES. You have more credits going now. It's not a great game by any means, and honestly, THQ's games on the NES aren't that good in general. I think this one's one of the more playable ones, and it's not saying a whole lot. I don't really recommend going out of your way to play most THQ games, if not all THQ games on the NES. With that though, it will wrap up this episode of Play It Through. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.